What's up guys, UDMC here. Today we're back again. In this video we're going to be playing some Khazix in the jungle. So Khazix is probably the most requested champ that I've seen. After almost every single video, people always comment down below they want to see some Khazix gameplay, so I played a decent amount of Khazix and thought I'd bring you all this gameplay. So now we finally got the live footage, no longer have to do replays because with my new phone, I no longer get frame drops when I'm screen recording during matches, which was the issue with my old phone. Was I just get so many frame drops and it was just unplayable pretty much. But in this match, we're juggling up against a Graves, and I think Graves is an interesting champ. I wouldn't say he's broken or anything, but he's definitely in a strong spot right now, I think. So we're just clearing our red buff right now. And when you're clearing your buffs in your jungle as a jungler, you really need to be paying attention to your lanes and noticing certain things. So when I'm looking at my lanes right now, the things that I'm paying attention to are champ trades. Is anybody going for any big trades or any health bars dropping? Summoners, is anybody using any big summoner spells, flash, heal, barrier, along those lines? And priority. Priority is the big thing I want to pay attention to right now because it's going to determine which scuttle I go for. If we have priority in a lane and I know the Graves is going to go towards it, I want to fight him at that scuttle because that means I'm going to get the rotate first and we can win that. So I really want to pay attention to this bot side because the clear that most people go is just red to blue and then into that scuttle. So Graves is probably going to end at that bot side scuttle. And right now I see him cutting through mid, and I see our bot lane has priority, so I'm like, I want to contest that scuttle for sure. But notice what Graves did. He cut it through mid, and notice what I do here. I go behind mid. I'm not showing myself. They can't see me on their map. The enemy literally cannot see me. And notice what that turns into. I'm able to force this flash from Teemo, and that works out very well. But by cutting through mid, what did Graves get? Graves got literally nothing, plus now I know his exact pathing. I know he took red Raptors, cut it through mid. He's taking blue right now, and then he's going to look for the scuttle. So now I see our bot side can rotate, of course, because they had priority. That's why I went for this fight. And now we're looking, do we commit to this? I know the Leon is right behind this Graves now, so I don't want to commit my third ability, which is a big mistake a lot of new Khazix players make, in my opinion. Using your third ability is a really big commitment. So now I want to force this flash from Graves, actually. I was not able to. I maybe could have killed him, but I didn't want to die there, and I didn't want to take that coin flip. I have enough faith in my ability to just snowball normally that I don't have to take that coin flip. So now I'm going for this top scuttle. I know Graves isn't able to contest this, so I'm able to take this. And now I'm looking towards that top side. I know what the Camille has. I know the Camille has a flash. They have a hook shot, so notice what I do here when I gank him. I don't just jump on him. I wait for him to use something to escape, and then I jump on him. Because imagine if I just jumped on him right away and then they flash or hook shot away, then I have no way of getting back onto him. So now we kind of make a mistake, in my opinion. We hesitate. We're thinking about the dive, but we don't do it. And the reason for that is we were scared of where the Graves is. But I realized this a bit too late. Now I realize I don't have to be worried about Graves. And the reason for that is I know exactly where Graves is, actually. I know what Graves' rotation is, okay? Let's just go over it. He took red, and then he took his Raptors, and then he cut it through mid. He took blue and scuttle, okay? So then from there, well, he didn't get the scuttle, but he was there. What's up for him? His Gromp and Wolves are both up on the blue side still, and only the Golems are up on that top side. It makes no sense for him to recall there and walk all the way up to the top side for one camp at all. Instead, it's pretty obvious he's going to take the Gromp and the Wolves, so he would have still been on that blue side, and we could have gone for that Turk dive really quick. But what do I know right now? I know where Graves is again. I know he's on his blue buff because he'd probably just reset, and now he's heading to that blue buff. And right now I'm pinging it out. And the reason I want to be very careful here and why I'm just going straight from red to blue is because I want to be on this side of the map in case Graves goes for that gank. Because I know Camille level 5, if you've watched my Camille videos, I always emphasize level 5 Camille sets up for ganks super well because your ultimate just traps him in there with Camille. So as I said, Graves had just taken red. You can see it underneath his champ. And now we win this 2v2 here. Now they can't do anything. And this is actually one reason why in League of Legends they say it wasn't a big thing in Bangalore, or I don't know if it's a big thing in other mobile MOBAs that were in the past, but don't gank a losing lane. They say that because if you do something like this, right now Graves is wasting his time. He's not doing anything because they can't win this 2v2 no matter what. And it's the reason for getting counterganked. Now I want to force this 3v3 at Herald. We have very good vision set up in the area, and we're able to get good warding, and that allowed us to pick up the Graves. And now we're looking, do we want to keep on doing this? I opt for no. My team wants to keep on doing it, but I'm like, we should respect the team, or not the Teemo, the Kennen. I make that mistake so much. I don't know why. Teemo, Kennen, it's a Kennen. I honestly don't think Kennen is that good a champ. I think it's only a good champ if the enemy team throws, and that would have been a throw right there. Grouping like that, all super low health. A Kennen ult will just come in there and completely blow us all up, and that'd be a throw. So as long as we avoid doing that, we will be fine against the Kennen. But now, I want to group around this Drac. I want to set up good warding. I want to try and get some health advantages. We're able to chunk down that Kennen a good amount there. And now I know this Graves is probably... Yeah, he's in the area. He's taking that scuttle, I notice. Tried to smite it away, but I was not able to get there in time. He's going to go back to his blue. I know his blue buff just respawned. Now we're setting up. I'm going to go and take my golems. Now we're looking for what to do. I see mid's very low, so that's good. If we can land a good Diana ult in a fight, that could be very impactful. So now I'm keeping an eye on my lanes. I'm just hovering around in the area. And a mistake a lot of laners make, I think, is when that dragon spawns, you have to be aware there's a good chance the enemy jungler is around, because junglers like to hang around the dragon area right when it spawns. And if you're thinking about going on the Ezreal, but they still had heal up, plus the Graves is around, we should have known he's around because he was, of course, taking his blue there. So now I want to force this drag. We got the kill in mid, too. We got him low enough to where the Diana was able to clean him up. And Khazix does so much damage. This is one of my strengths of Khazix, is you're clear on objectives. Right now I don't have Smite, actually, but I was still able to secure this. And that's because of your first ability in isolation damage. My first ability was doing over 400 damage there, and that's huge, because if I had my Smite up, that'd be like 1,000 Smite, 1,000 damage, and that's just insane. You just take objectives so fast on Khazix, and that's one of the huge strengths of him. So now I have to reset and get my Duskblade. Duskblade is such a good item on Khazix. There is no situation where you don't go Duskblade first. It just synergizes so well with your perk and your first ability that you just have to. The build I'm going for here is Duskblade into Yumu's. That's just a very strong early game. It's looking to assassinate squishies only. It's not looking to teamfight or anything. But now I'm heading towards this top side. I know the Graves is around here, so I'm just hovering around. And you could tell the Graves was around because of how aggro Camille was playing. Like, a Camille would not face check that bush because, first of all, the Yasuo's pretty far in front of him and pretty far ahead of him, and you just don't face check that bush unless you have backup around you. So it's pretty obvious that somebody else was around. So I'm just trying to get the scuttle. Oh, I just choose to go onto the Graves, actually. I smite the Graves instead for the slow. He went for the scuttle, and that was a big mistake on his part. And now I'm looking to pick up this Herald here. We're pretty healthy this time, so not too worried. We killed the Kennen, so don't have to be too worried about that Kennen ult either. And we got 3 assists this game. We sadly didn't get any kills, so we don't have too much gold, but we're setting up for our teammates very nicely. We're able to pick that up. Get the upgrade on my third ability. And now what are we doing? Our Diana wants to look for some invades, but nothing's up right now. I'm being a bit hesitant because I don't know if Graves is going to come straight back here. That could be a big throw if Graves does come back. So that's why I'm just trying to farm these camps up. Instead, not hard commit to anything. So what am I pinging right now? Okay, I know Graves is going to actually go to his blue side. That's what I'm pinging right now. I see the blue buff is spawning. Pretty much this entire side of this jungle is down. He's probably taking his wolves right now and he's going to go to blue. So I'm pinging that bot side right now. I know Graves is going to be down there. He's going to be taking his blue. He's going to be on that side of the map. Because look at how much vision control we have in the red side. The only place he could be is blue side. So that's why I'm hanging in the area right now. I'm keeping an eye out. And the Graves is here. He's able to get the last hit on the blue buff. Trying to get this Graves here. Sadly was not able to. Gotta watch out for the duo lane rotate. Oh, they're one shots. That's so unfortunate. Now gotta watch out for this Kennen. I'm planning to jump away. The Kennen tries to go onto me. I think they use flash maybe to get onto me. I'm not sure, but they were not able to get me. I was keeping an eye out for that Kennen ult. That's one of the big things to pay attention to as assassins is what CC does the enemy team, what slows, stuns, etc. do they have. Now I'm trying to get onto this Graves, and dude, look at that Graves damage, man. I honestly was not expecting that. Like, that Graves just burst in me out of nowhere, and I'm like, what does that Graves have, man? But yeah, Graves is pretty strong right now. So that was good. We actually picked up good kills. We picked up that mid turret, forced out the Kennen ult, which is good. I didn't even have a bounty because I haven't even gotten any kills yet. Everybody's been taking all of them. So now what do I know, actually? I know that their red buff just spawned. I know the Graves' red spawned, so I'm pinging. We should watch out. They're all missing, too. So I'm like, 1, they're all missing. 2, the Graves is probably over there, so. I see they're all over here. I'm like, you're on your own. You're on your own there. There's nothing I can do there. The Graves is on red right now. Keeping an eye out for that. Now I'm just securing this blue. And I'm telling you right now, blue buff is so strong on Khazix. After the first 2 rotations, I'll take a blue over red buff any day. From the style that I play, you're going to see the way that I like to play. I like to play through the jungle a lot. I like to bush camp. I like to catch up people out in 1v1s. And blue buff will help you regen after all these small trades and stuff. So as you can see right now, I'm trying to get onto this cannon, force out a bunch of stuff. We're able to pick up the kill, and now I'm able to dash away. And with my blue buff, I'm able to regen. I think I just reset here anyways. Oh no, I actually go down. I didn't even see that Camille there. And that just appeared out of nowhere. Plus the Ezreal ult. That's unfortunate. But like after things like that, the blue buff will regen you up so much, and it'll allow you to go for those plays over and over, which is really big. I think the red buff, of course, is still good, but I personally really like blue with my playstyle. It's really aggro, playing through the enemy jungle, setting up wards, going for these 1v1s. And we're able to pick up the dragon in the meantime because we're able to pick up those kills. But yeah, on Khazix, I really love playing super aggressively through the jungle because that's when most targets are isolated, and versus isolated targets, your first ability does like twice as much damage and the cooldown is cut in half. So there's a huge damage difference, and like you'll rarely see me go in versus unisolated targets just because Khazix is so useless if you do that. And I just go for so many cheese plays. I don't think I was able to show too many in this video, but hopefully I get another video soon where I can show you all some of those plays. Oh, I'm actually placing the Herald in mid. And why did I do that? Oh, the timer is running low. The timer's running low. But actually, what do I notice here? There's 3 of them distracted by Herald, and I know that I see 3 of them are bot, or 3 of them are mid, 1 of them are bot, so I'm looking for this play in top. I want to go for this dive because I know nobody else is going to be here to counter gank. So I'm able to pick that up. And although I don't think that Herald got a kill or anything, it served as such a good distraction because 3 mid, 1 bot, that means the Camille is alone. And a lot of times, I like to do a lot of cheese on Khazix. I like to send that bush that I just walked through when the first turret is still up, actually. You don't even let him get to your turret on Khazix, and it's just so broken how you could do that. I wasn't able to do it in this video. This match, I more so just wanted to show the macro in this match. I did not... Oh, God, that is ult. That did not... That was very unfortunate. I was not expecting that. I more so just wanted to show the macro in this match. There isn't too much micro. I want to do another Khazix video soon, show you all some more micro, because there's a lot of things you could do on Khazix that I was not able to show in this video, but I thought there were a lot of good things I did with rotating that I did want to show, and so I thought I'd just use this video. And over here, that's karma. That's karma for you. That made me pretty satisfying to see. The Israel ult got me twice, man. I gotta start watching out for that. But now I'm going to... Ooh, let's see. My team's still fighting. So I'm gonna head over there. I want to take my blue here, but since they're still fighting, it's not able to. I'm able to jump in, get that kill. And this is what you can do on Khazix. You can just refresh your third ability so many times. I see this Graves here, and this is what Deep Vision can do for you. And also, notice how I'm looking for these targets when they're isolated, and that makes a huge difference in damage. Like, you can see, like, now I can't do anything to him because he's unisolated. Now we're pushing this turret here. Let's see if we can get the inhib. That's really good. We got inhib this early. Looking to back off. And one of the things I want to talk about in Khazix, and you saw this at the first scuttle fight, how I was very reluctant to use my third ability, and I think that's a huge mistake that a lot of new Khazix players make, is until you get the upgrade, you know, the empowerment on your third ability is like, it's your engage and your disengage, okay? You can use it for both. So if you commit it, then you have to be very sure that you're going to be safe, because then you don't have many good escapes other than your ult. But over here now, this is what I like to do on Khazix. I like to go for these bush camps. I like to play through the enemy jungle. I know this Graves is alone, and this is why I hold on to my third ability if I don't need it. If I'd use my third ability there just right away to engage, when that Graves jumped over the wall, I would have no way to Over here, I was thinking of trolling the Diana. I honestly thought about hitting the honey fruit, and that Diana, it doesn't matter. They trolled themselves. It doesn't matter. That would have been kind of funny, though, if I just hit the honey fruit. You don't... If you're an assassin, and Diana's kind of played like an assassin style, you play around your ult, you're looking for a big 5-man ult. And so is, of course, Khazix is a pure assassin. First of all, I'm waiting for these people to get isolated. I wait for them to get isolated, and then I pop out. That's really big on Khazix. You gotta pay attention to what CC the enemy has. As you can see, when I'm looking for these fights and stuff, I don't just randomly jump in. I pay attention to who's there, what's gonna happen, and etc. Because you're diving onto a Teemo. Of course, a Teemo is just gonna ult you. You're gonna get CC'd up by Leona. You can't eat that as an assassin, or else you're just gonna get bursted down. You need your front line to eat that for you. You need other people to do that. And over here, see what I mean now? When you use your jump, you really don't have much more mobility after that. So you got to be careful when you use it, especially in the early game. Once you get it upgraded, of course, when you get a kill or assist with it, then you get it refreshed, which is good. So you can be a bit more aggressive. But before that, I recommend being very careful with it. And another thing to consider when playing these assassin-style champs is what items you have. What do you have? I have Flash and Stasis here. So it's really important to already know what you have, because it's all about quick reactions. You have to be quick to react. Of course, you're going to get bursted down very quickly if you do something careless, which is the biggest mistake that people have on Assassins, is they just don't react quick enough and they don't think about the CC the enemy team has. And over there, I don't know why the Yasuo didn't ult, and I don't know what the Diana ult was either. But over here, as you can see, I reacted slow. I could have stasis that. Of course, it didn't matter because this is the end of the match. But in an actual team fight, you need to be aware of what you have. Do you have Flash? Do you have stasis? Do you have ult? Can you ult out, or you can get CC chained if you just dive in right away? Instead, you gotta let other people make the engages, stuff like that. But anyways, that's gonna be it for this video. Thanks for watching. Hope you all enjoyed, and I'll see you all in the next video.